Hey guys, it's Sky, and I am really happy to be connecting with you here. I had actually tried a few times to connect again, and kind of got a little bit of physically ill, and really had a great recovery. And I just wanted to share right after that, I had gotten a psychic attack, and if you are a light worker and you're very sensitive to what is going on right now, you're really prone to psychic attacks. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I want to talk to you in a little bit. But I want to talk to you first right now about these great messages that I've been receiving from the light beings. And over the course when I had been trying to get to you, I know some of you wrote me in about Comet Ison, and I wanted to explain what was going on, because I did get messages of what was happening. It's just I couldn't. I had zero voice, and then again when I tried a couple of days ago, I had a really horrible psychic attack. So and it just real quick, just to say it anyway, it just got me. I just out of nowhere got very ill, and I recovered. But and I know it was a psychic attack because I went into a place where I work with a lot of healing darker energies, and I went to a place where there was a lot of darker energy, and I didn't quite protect myself so like I needed to. Because I had just gotten sick, so my chi was down, my resistance was down. They call it the way chi around you, and I wasn't protected yet from being ill. And anyway, so I was able to, because my resistance is down, I had that little attack because of my environment. So it's very important, when you are a light worker, you are very sensitive to outer energies attacking your field, because you're so sensitive to your radar. Your radar is so out there. But just to really connect with you on what I was trying to get to you about, and I just also wanted to say thank you to people who write me in and say these very kind messages. So let's talk a minute about what they are telling me about so many things. The shift, for one. And the shift they are talking about is it is going to happen. There is an event that is planned. It is actually phenomenal. And I had no idea. When I had first had contact, I had no idea the extent of this. I had just kind of blabbled, and there's aliens, da-da-da. It wasn't like this, like now. Everything's uncovered, and I've been on journeys, and it's like a whole different thing. So, they are explaining to us that they're meeting a lot of us right now, and they are talking us through how this event is going to happen, and this turn is going to happen, you could say. And like I say, I always do my best to interpret this. There are very many light workers that are getting very many interpretations, very similar. We just are filtering it through our own filters. So, but the message will be received the same, because you have your message open. You have your message filters open. If you have a closed left brain, you're just gonna think this is all ridiculous. So just have fun and get entertained. But anyway, so what they are telling me is that there's been for a very long time, they have been planning this event where we were going to be interacting, our galactic family was going to be interacting with us. And the message was that there is going to be absolutely no human being on this planet that was going to deny that there was going to be our galactic family. And this event was going to take place when it starts to manifest, it's going to manifest very fast. It's been in motion now for several years. They have contacted several of us. They've been working with many of us here on Earth for a long time. Some really great people in government that have been connected in great ways, in the good ways. And then, there are some undercover light workers in there. I know people don't want to believe that, but there are. and they've been, but mostly even more than that, even more than the government, honestly, they have to connect with the leaders, but in order for them to reach the leaders, they actually connect with humans first. Humans that they feel are able to give messages to planets, or somehow able to be trusted, or somehow able to, just for whatever reason. And when they'll contact like certain people around the planet, and then those people somehow will be I don't know what the word is, like a mentor, a tour guide for all of our leaders. And they kind of they explain it that all the leaders know about this, that they have been contacted, and that there's a lot of missions that are set up, and kind of like some of them are some of the leaders are clones from the perception that I'm hearing what they're saying. And I don't know if I agree with that or not. I just know that that's my understanding of what I'm hearing. And I just I understand that there are I thought there was going to be a real hostile kind of thing, and they're not telling me that. And the reason they're not saying that right now is because there's been so many things that have happened. And at the moment they're not saying this is because this is what they're telling me, and this has a little bit to do with this little Comet Ison thing. So I'm going to come back to this for a moment. Them telling you that this is not a hostile takeover. Not this, because it's been in plan for a very long time. And there are certain categories. You have to know there are certain little categories, and each category, each person has an assignment to each category, and it's vast. So and then getting back to how they meet. Well, how they contact you with the president, or I'm sorry, it's kind of like a long-entailed thing here. So we're gonna go on. Sometimes I hear them, so I have to listen. I'm sorry. Okay, so they want me to talk to you about how this ascension thing is going to happen. And the reason that they have contact leaders, but they have their leaders that they have people that have contacted the leaders that will transport them. But there's clones, there's different levels, there's different dimensions to these leaders. So there's going to be the true ones. There's true leaders. What the leaders that you're seeing right now are kind of phony. So I just want to be clear on who I'm clarifying to be leaders. All right, so they want me to clarify who the leaders are. The leaders might be here now, and you might not have discovered them yet, because we're having new leaders on the planet. And so the ascension process is going to take place where, as they're telling me that there are many ships that have passed into our atmosphere now, and they have contacted you. Where not just they're contacting you, this is advanced up now. It's not just telepathy. It's not any kind of abduction thing. This is full on like an agreement. And they contact you and they work with you, and they just they explain to you what your job is, and okay, so they said they want to talk to you about, and I'm so sorry if this sounds scattered. I understand that, but because I am listening to them as I'm talking to you. So so they just really want to get through. I know it's hard to explain. Some people have been already visiting them now. Like, this is how I can explain it. They're past the firmament. There's many ships that are already here, and they're not always detectable to even the dark side. And they have, they're able to take their Earth soul members now, home in a way. Kind of not home, but they're visiting you. They're taking you in your dreams, and they're taking you out of your body, basically. This is as easy as I can explain it. And they are giving you memories of you being on the ship. But they've taken this a step further in the fact that in the agreement that you have, some people are going to be taken now, and even our government knows about this. And they're going to be they have been, and they've been working with them on the good side. They've been working with them to upgrade some of the DNA in our healthcare and the health of the body. That sounds so. I need to explain just that by itself, because we are divine spiritual beings. We are the most sacred, divine spiritual beings that you could ever imagine. And we haven't processed, we haven't discovered this yet. And these beings have such a genetic makeup to us. They have such a genetic tie to us. They invested in our they're part of our heritage. And we each come from different little planets, right? And these beings are contacting some members from their soul group, and they are taking you aboard. But because you, like, say that you're here on Earth, and maybe you were a healer, and you're a very profound healer, or you are a scientist, and you are a phenomenal scientist on Earth. They might take you, and they might pick you too, and they might be taking you right now on their ship and training you how to work their higher dimension, the higher self beings that we are, that concept into our dimension. So essence is like bringing the higher dimension to Earth. We're all going to be interacting. But they're actually taking us out now, and they are explaining to us amazing things about the body, the auric energetic field, how it works. It's not just that. They teach you how to do surgery. They teach you how to do surgery with they're teaching, like, a lot of doctors here that are very, they understand that, I know, because they're taking me back to Comet Ison. I will get to Comet Ison. Okay, let me go there now. And then I'll get back to all the people on the boarding the ship. The reason why Comet Ison, this is what they said that Comet Ison did. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. That's what they told me. That's what they said it was going to send out to do. And I said, why are you so... I had asked them, I was upset. I was just not upset. I was sick. I was ill, and I wasn't understanding why Comet Ison, I guess, exploded or whatever. I wasn't really watching it, and I guess because I was told by them that they were messengers, and they laughed at me, and they said they are messenger. There is a messenger. The Comet Ison is a messenger, and that it was a messenger for them. I thought it was a messenger for us, but it was a messenger for them, and it was an agreement. This is how I understand this. Another Lightworker might have a similar explanation, but it's similar outcome, but a different explanation. They said that it was originally sent out by Creator, and it was like, you can call it, this is the best way to describe it, a teenage comet. It's really a shuttle inside there. It was a shuttle, but because it's more like I don't know why I want to say teenage comet, because that's how you have to describe it with what's coming next, is what they say. And this comet is it's like a shuttle. It was a shuttle sent out by Prime Creator, and yes, by an agreement, in a way, if I can explain this the right way, by the light and the dark, they both have access to the shuttle. But it came on the light side, came around, and they said that they first said that they did some missions on the moon. The light did some missions on the moon that they needed to take care of. It was like something that they needed to karmically work out. And then they went back aboard ship, and they went, because inside that comet there's like a shuttle. There was a shuttle, that's what they tell me, it's a shuttle. I don't know how they term their word shuttle. I don't know how, I don't know how to say that. It looks like a shuttle. And so, and it's for observation. I know that. That's one thing that they did say. And so they said, and that they brought this back around the sun. And then they said at that point, they had a directive from the sun, which inside the sun, there's hundreds of places and entities of light. And they had a directive. Thank you. They had a directive to take some people off ship, and to go off the shuttle, and to go commune on behind the sun and in their home, their place there. And the shuttle was to continue on, and it was going to continue on rambunctiously because it didn't really have it didn't have its base, but it still has something in it. But it didn't have the core base because there was dropped off. There was some transferred on the sun. And I asked them, I said, how can that happen? Because you see everything. They said it's a different time dimension and different things are happening on our view. So we see things differently. It's a different propulsion. And so then they talk about they're going to come around the sun, and they said since most of the stuff was used, that they got their mission done, which was this karmic thing on Mars, and then they had to come, and then they had a directive. They had a directive to, I don't know why they had a directive, but they had a directive to stop and deboard and go into the sun, and to the cities in the sun. And their soul, they said their soul, there's like soul families in the sun. Like, you know, I said we come from different planets, and well, the soul of that, I need to describe that. The soul of each planet, master soul, you could say, live in the sun, under one God, under like a Christ energy, is how I understand this. And that energy has heritage, is the right to this earth, is the maker of this earth. But that is just one being in the huge beings. But I don't want to say, because I don't want people to get turned off about, because if I get to Christ, I just want to say about Christ consciousness, the supreme, under like the Inky energy. It was like the Inky, Jesus, all of that. It was all connected under prime directive for this planet, and it was invaded by darker. And anyway, so I'm kind of getting off the topic. So anyway, we got this because there's so much to talk about. When they take you on this stuff, they explain it. There's no way I'm going to talk to you about one thing. Anyway, so they come around the sun, and they said now what they do have for Comet Ison, what's left is this little transports inside there, and they had purposely have it out by the light and the dark because they are observing people on Earth right now, and they may take that out. You know, they can do anything they want to, really. They can teleport planets. They may take that out, and they might take this out, and we have to use it again, or it might just stay stationary where it is right now. It's kind of just almost nothingness out there with a little observation channels in there, and that we might experience some debris of this, but what they told me is that we were going to experience debris. It would be more in Antarctica. And now I know some people say Puerto Rico, but for some reason I'm getting that there's so much help right now because the Christ energy, or the return, is so powerful that any negative forces really don't have as much energy as they used to. So it's very difficult to cause any major destruction. There's a lot of fear. The thing that does scare me is there's going to be movement of the planet. The thing that does comfort me always is there's so much help. I mean, I've talked about this before. If you knew the volunteers for this and this design plan, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, well, this is a huge event. You know, this isn't just for planet Earth and we're angry because we want to get rid of some darker energies. This has to do with their galactic alignment too. So this is a big deal. And it's kind of not, I know everybody wants this quick fix and this quick thing to happen, and they don't do dates because they have a directive, and we are under observation right now. And I know that they are observing and they're picking people right now, is what they're telling me. And the dark is also observing to see if the dark energy have commanded in their darkest ways, and you know, whatever they have to do with their dark. And the light is observing and opening and sending out love, and sending out a ray of love even to the darker energy. We understand that some even of the darker reptilian energies are actually in a way surrendering. And I say that so lightly. Now wait a second, I want to say that very lightly because I'm going to put it in like this. The teenager ones are. I can put it like that. So because God's sending out its signals. She's not. It's the sun. It Prime Creative is made another choice now. This is a directive from Prime Creator. We are under command to change our ages. So, wow, I'm hoping that explains a whole bunch for you, and I really am apologizing if I sound a little scattered because you can't, I just don't know how to say it. You know, if you're a light worker, you understand. You have to listen to them. They're very powerful when they talk to you, and they really are clear on wanting to give you a beautiful message that they are here for us and they love us. And I also don't want to, they and we and I personally don't want to put this like there's a savior out there that is coming to get us, because you will connect with that on those higher realms when your vibration is clear in here. So the clearer you are in here, mind, body, spirit, all your chakras, the higher your connection will be out there. If you're really third dimensional root base chakra, you probably won't even be, again, this is going to be crazy to you, and you'll be in the darker kind of, you'll experience, that type of a person will experience more of the harsher densities of what will happen on Earth. But the lighter beings won't be experiencing that, because you can't. You have to match vibration. We're in a world of up and down. We're in a world of relativity. You have to match vibration here. It's the law of physics here. It's what they say. That's the planet makeup. It's a rule of Gaia. It's equal cause and effect. Equal cause and effect. Equal. You give good. You give your love. You give your good, your love, your essence, and the universe provides for you, pays for you, accomplishes anything you need, gives you your home, your work, your enjoyment, your love life, everything comes from the Creator. Everything comes from God's source. When that kingdom is full, your kingdom down here is full, and there's so many mansions. Like I mean, this is so big. I mean, it just is so big. It's huge. So I'm super excited. I know there's a lot of doomsday stuff out there, and every time I hear doomsday, I kind of like to listen, because I don't like to listen. I just like to observe for a second, but it's kind of like negative energy, and they say kind of don't get around the computer too much, and I like to listen to it when I'm walking around because I like to get educated, but I do have to you know, like light workers and people that are doing this work really have to stay grounded and kind of take the time away from the computer. So, now I should probably go. But I just wanted to thank you all for staying in touch with me, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I'm answering everybody's questions. I do try to read everything or write you back personally, and I'm super excited. Like, this is going to be grand. There's going to be a few changes. There'll be some changes, but we're prepared, and we are trained, and we are guided. So I'll probably do another video pretty quickly because they're giving me a lot of information, and I'll talk to you soon.